What is going on, YouTube and our community? This is Matt Faircloth. Welcome to our Mentorship Monday program. My co-host, Justin Fraser. Come on in, Justin.
How's it going, Matt?
I'm great, man. How are you? And Justin, who we got today? Who's on Mentorship Monday?
Today, I got to bring on my man, Paul. Paul, how are you today?
Hey, guys. Good.
Thanks for joining us today, Paul.
Paul, tell us your Mentorship Monday question. We'll see if Justin and I can help you out.
I've been a basement apartment owner for like 15 years. I've owned like 3 different houses with apartments. So that's about as far as I want to go. But I've never really been happy with the leases that I've had. I've kind of got them from friends. Sometimes I got them from eviction attorneys. They're a little bit too long for me. They'll be like 12 or 15 pages and just a lot. So I'm kind of wondering where you can get some good documents, more than just a lease, different types of documents you're going to use. And just somebody that's, not too sophisticated where you can get that stuff pretty easily.
Absolutely. Okay. Great point. Because a good lease is something that's got that's ironclad, that's got you protected, but more importantly above everything is also legal, right? In the state that you're in. Like, I could give you my Pennsylvania lease, but there could be language in there that's not legal out in Utah or wherever it is you're landlording. So it's important to go state by state for when you pick up leases. Here are a few places to go to get really good leases. Let's say you like leasing documents could be the rental application and all the way down the list and pet fee addendums and all that other stuff, right? So here's a few ideas. I tell you what, I'm going to go back and forth with Justin, okay? Justin, you ready? I'm going to name a place that Paul can go to get a lease. And you're going to name one, then I'm going to name one, and whoever has to say I don't know first loses, right? Okay, we'll play a game. All right. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go easy. I'm going to say you could go to a local real estate investor friend of yours that you happen to know that owns in the state that you're in. That is a place that you could go to, a local other investor. That's a good place to get a lease. Somebody who's got a reasonable size of units, somebody who has stuff similar to what you have, because the leases that an apartment building operator may have might not be applicable or may have stuff in them that doesn't matter for a single family homeowner, or more importantly, a single family home lease might say things like, Mr. Tenant, you're supposed to cut the grass, whereas the apartment building lease isn't going to say that. So fellow landlords, that is my first place.
That's not the best one, but that's a great one.
That's why I wanted to go first, so I could get the low-hanging fruit. There it is. All right, what's the best one, Justin? What do you got?
The best one I will say is on Bigger Pockets. And Bigger Pockets, you don't like it.
What, no, I was going to go there. That was my ace in the hole.
Oh,
I did not think you would think of that. But
I'm a pro member, man. Listen, and I don't know. I don't get compensated at all by Bigger Pockets for any of this. But listen, when I went to get a lease, I bought Brandon Turner's book on managing rental property. And in the back of that book, it's like a nice big yellow book. And in the back, there's like 50 different addendums, right? Like the pet fee addendum, they have the lease, they have all this. And when that book came out, there was a whole bunch of disclaimers saying, this is just a generic lease. It's not specific for your state. And so I had to take that and still go to an attorney and say, like, hey, does this match our state? And truth be told, I kind of brushed off and just, used what I used, and that's fine. But now, all my tenants have moved on. We're all good. Now what they have, which is great, they have state by state legal documents on Bigger Pockets. And so I think you just have to be a pro member to get it. Or if you're not a pro member, I think they charge you like $100 or something like that.
For $390 a year for a Bigger Pockets Pro membership, you get access to all those leases, or every state in the union. They got it. Exactly. That was going to be my second source. Right. Great one, Justin. All right,
what does it cost to be a pro member?
$390 a year.
$390.
Yeah, and between you and me, because I used to teach their webinars, so I happen to know this. If you watch one of their webinars, they'll give you a coupon code discount for a pro membership. So they do webinars like once a week. David Green teaches them. Brandon Turner teaches them and that. So sign up for a webinar. You'll get great couple of hour worth of education for free. And then as a thank you for being on that webinar, they're going to give you a coupon code for upgrading to pro. And I think it's 20% off. So it's like $70.
Yeah.
For $70 off. And you get like an hour worth of free education too. So I do the webinar, and the webinars are live too. So if you like have questions, you can like type, "Hey, Brandon, what did you mean when you said blah, 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 blah," you know? Absolutely set up for the webinar now, but I'm not done yet, Justin.
No, I get it. In
I'm
the
not
spirit
done
of
yet.
let's say that Paul doesn't want to pay for bigger pockets or doesn't like Brandon's lease.
Doesn't have real estate other buddies, and
Yeah.
doesn't want to pay the $390
Sure.
for
other
bigger
options.
pockets.
We do
I
have
got
other
another one. I hope
What
you
do you
got
got?
one more in your pocket, Justin.
I got one more.
The National Association of Realtors
That's a
and the real estate professionals. Any realtor in your state will have a Utah Association of Realtors lease contract, because and I'd be willing to bet you 10 cents that those are the leases the bigger pockets are using too.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not.
Say I don't know. You know what? I don't know that, but I
Okay.
know those are very easy to get.
I'll say this.
If I were bigger pockets and I was going to go give a bunch of leases to people that have been vetted by attorneys already and that I know are already legit, I'd go get the National
I don't think
Association of
that's what they did.
Realtors.
I think because I'll say this, the reason I don't think that is because when I got that original version that was like in the book printed, and then later on when I went back and got the Jersey version, they were actually very close, like same sort of format, and it wasn't like a totally different lease. It was, they tweaked some words here or there to make it, or added an addendum that made sense for Jersey. So I do think that. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Good.
But that's a
good idea.
Good
idea.
What if you use the one from Brandon Turner's book? Are you going to get in a lot of trouble if you just use a generic one?
Here's the thing about
he's got a disclaimer in the book. There's a disclaimer there that says like, well, it might say something like, "I'm giving this to you for educational purposes only," and if but Bigger Pockets is going to give you a Utah-based lease for pro membership. But I would say contact a local real estate agent and say, "Hey, I'll bet you that you've got yourself a Utah Association of Realtors lease contract."
Okay,
So,
I'll give that one a shot too.
What's that?
Yes.
I'll give that one a shot too.
Okay. All right. That's my Justin. Back to you. What do you got?
All right. When you bought your house, you might have used a real estate attorney, or if you're a landlord, you might have an eviction attorney or someone that you might be able to call. Your attorney probably has a lease or a very good lead on a lease that they can use or defend against in Utah.
Now, he got one already from an eviction attorney, which I'm not surprised that eviction attorney dropped a 9-inch lease on you or something like that was too big.
Simpler one.
Sounds like something an attorney would do. Okay. I got another one.
But do you think a simple one is realistic or is that unrealistic?
What's that?
You think a 5 or 6 page lease is realistic, or is that?
Yes.
So
that's what it should be. It shouldn't be more than that.
Oh,
because I'll tell you, you roll in front of a judge with a 30-page lease on a residential contract, they're going to throw your lease out of court. They're going to be like, "This is ridiculous. You can't expect a layman's person that doesn't know real estate to sign a 30-page contract." So they should be 4 to 6 pages, I think.
Oh, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right. Anything shorter as well is not going to cover.
You want what's called a plain language lease. That's what it's called, and that's a legal term for something that's not legal terms, right? Now, I got one for you. Justin thought I was dry. I'm not. Justin, you better have another one in your pocket because I got more. Here's another place you can go. Your local real estate association, your local RIA, because what town you live in? You live in Utah, right?
Where? Yeah, I live between Salt Lake and Provo.
Okay. Salt Lake, I'm sure, has a RIA association. Provo is a growing real estate community, I know people that are doing real estate deals in Provo. So like Neil Bob was doing some stuff in Provo. So I bet there's real estate that RIA groups in both of those areas. I would contact or join or go to whatever those RIA associations and reach out to the head of that RIA. And I'll bet you that they either have a lease package that they will sell you, or they'll be nice and just give you their lease too. And that it kind of is correlated to my other landlord buddies, but those are organized landlord groups you might not be affiliated with now. So I would go to them and ask them for a copy of all their lease documents. And by the way, you and I keep saying the lease, but those organizations will be able to give you a long list of lease documents. All right, Justin, pow, back at you.
All right.
What do you got?
I mean, I got one I don't love. We're getting lower on the list of
Justin's
choices
scrapping.
I
He's
love.
scraping the bottom of the barrel, man. I'm not sure if I got another one in my pocket or not.
All right, so you could go to a website like LegalZoom or Rocket Lawyer and get a lease. They will sell you a lease for, I think it's, you can make a free account. I'm not sure exactly. I've seen ads for like $19 a month or something. So you go, you make your month account, you download the lease, and you cancel your account, and then you've got the lease. I'd be concerned about, how pertinent is it to Utah itself, and two, it's something that you just downloaded offline. So I would want to vet it and make sure that you're comfortable with it. I think all the other options, something that other landlords are using or the real estate agents with the group are using are all really great ideas, because that someone is using it and chances are it's been tested by an eviction attorney. So that's probably my least favorite option, but in the spirit of trying to not let Matt win, that is something I had to come up with.
It's a good one. Here's where I'm at, Justin. I'm going to call it a tie because I was going to start scrapping and repeating myself too and everything like that. So, but I'll throw out a few other ones that I probably was going to reach to that weren't as good, but I don't want to just start throwing out bad advice just to beat Justin. Which I wouldn't stoop so low, but I'd love to beat Justin, but I don't want to give you bad advice to do it. So a few more ideas that are pretty good, but not the best. Call a local property manager. They're going to be like, screw you. Why don't you just hire my company? But if they're willing to give you the lease, you could do that.
Could hire them.
But you only got 3 units. You could probably keep that going yourself. So I don't know if you need a PM. But a local PM may be willing to share their lease with you. I doubt that they would, but they may be willing to do that. And that's another one that I was going to throw out as a possibility as well. But those are some good ideas. And the other one I was going to say was go to state of Utah's housing authority. There is a housing authority website out there. Even the Section 8 office may have a lease copy that's Section 8 automatic. Not that you're leasing to Section 8. But any lease that's okay for Section 8 is also going to be okay and legal in the state too. So tons of good ideas, Paul. What do you think, man?
I think it was a tie.
That's what I was angling for. I don't, it's a little healthy competition. Does always helps everybody, right? Yeah. So, good stuff, Paul. Thank you. And that. So we appreciate you being on the show, man. We had to have given you enough here, right? That's you've got like all these different ideas. Your head must be spinning now, right?
Yeah. I watch a lot of your stuff though on YouTube, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Great.
You're welcome. Even if it's from New Jersey.
I know it's New Jersey, Pennsylvania advice.
Thank you again, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're quite welcome, Paul. Thanks for joining us on Mentorship Monday, man. Good Mentorship Monday, man. We had some good ones lately.